welcome back, everybody. I know it's been quite a long time since I've streamed to this channel. It's just me today. I'm just kind of going through the Outer Worlds. I've been very excited about this game. I've had it for a couple days, or actually weeks now. I haven't actually had any time to play it though, so I just basically got through the first mission. I got onto the ship. Still got a bunch of things to do on this game. I still got to figure out exactly what the hell I'm doing, but figured I'd bring you guys along for the experience here and just
I'll be with
fun.
you, friend. I'm Ernie from the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Town sent me hereabouts to check on the guards. Now, it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but seems to me they're all dead. Mind telling me what happened here? Altercation, you say? Yeah, shame as that goes. Spacer's Choice policy strictly prohibits dying during work hours. Guess I'd better get to cleaning up. Can't just leave company property scattered about, bleeding out on the dirt.
Just make sure this works. Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. I know it's been quite a long time since I just had to make sure that my mic was on because this one works weird for some reason. So yeah. What do you want to go with?
No can do, friend. That armor's Spacer's Choice property. Bodies, too. Living or otherwise. Company policy, you see. You don't want to amble on over to Edgewater at your earliest convenience. Constable's office might have work for someone with your, let's just say, aggressive disposition. Oh, and be sure to stop by the Edgewater Provisioner for a can of salt tuna. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. Don't get paid bits to chat with strangers. You want to chew the rag, go talk to Silas over by the cemetery.
Alrighty, can I kill him? I think I might be able to kill him.
Don't mess with me!
Oh! Well, he dead! Well then. My reputation with Spacers, okay, that's good to know. I don't like any corporation, I think, so I don't know how I want to play this. All I know is, I might just kill everybody I see. I don't care who it is. Goddamn, we got Marauder Vamp. Got some dead guys. More dead guys.
You hiding? Girl! You scared!
Well, you should have. Okay, oh, that's kind of a little weird. Alright. I think I killed all of them. Keep on moving here. I like this. I'm really liking this game already. Like, I was very excited when the Outer Worlds was announced by Obsidian and everything, so I was kind of excited about it. It's already giving me Fallout New Vegas vibes, so I enjoy that. What do we got here? Little camera thingy.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
I have no idea.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Oh god.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Alrighty. Wait. As much as I like running around with a machete in my hand, I might want to kind of, not. Chosen by the head of the god. Forward dodge. Huh. I really do love the look of this game already. It's very calming. I like it. Alright, where the hell are we doing here? I suppose I probably shouldn't have killed the space water dude instantly, just so, you know, I probably could have done something, I guess. Cantina. Is this the cannery? Yeah, this is the cantina. Okay. Cannery. There's a big ass sign, but what the hell is the cannery? Is it this building here? This looks like a barber shop.
Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head. Go ahead. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
I can make that quicker.
With what? My own blood? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers! No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
Still don't like his ass. I'll just give Silas his head. That'd be cool. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Got my little marker here. Let's go here. It's a cannery. I found it. What the hell was that? I love those seamless transitions. Ugh. Wow. I'm a bad boy. Okay. Weapons parts. I'll take those. Understand. So door. Some people in it. Vendor machine. Automated sales units. I wonder.
It's Canada's choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Corporate greed. Just gonna, I've already kind of pissed them off, so why not, right? I don't give a crap. Ooh, I think I got a new weapon. What did I get? Oh, wrong button. Plasma rifle, 71 DPS. It's a little lower than what I already have, but probably just get rid of it. It's junk, weapon parts, thank you. 23 DPS. I forgot I had this shot-off shotgun. Put that down. I'll get that. As it pulls it out. Cool. Surprised there's like no cameras. Kick me. I'm still in the kick me sign. Yes! I've fulfilled my destiny. I've stolen the kick me sign. I'm walking on the belt, seeing if there's anything good. Let's see. Oh. 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 Ooh, what is this? Bypass shrunk. Nice.
Something's not right.
Probably shouldn't use a shotgun in that. nobody left to see it if there's nobody left alive. I might just kill everybody. I think I've decided the fate of this corporation and all its workers. Unscheduled amputation. Cool. So, yeah. Necklace. Another necklace. Some more fillet thingies. Taste the freedom. So I guess these are the food guys. Good to know. Don't think I have enough to unlock that yet. Anything else useful in this fucking place? Bard. Side, wonderful. Go down. I'll just be the criminal they want me to be. That's fine. Perfectly fine with me. I just need parts for my ship. I'll be on my way. I will murder entire towns and cities. The first one's always fun, isn't it? There's a bathroom. Cool. No mirrors. I don't know how one is supposed to use that, but okay. Oh. Smart. Look at this one. Yes. Succeeded. More Sprat. Is that really what they put in here? Ugh. That's what I've been eating, apparently. Good to know. Welcome, Phyllis Granger. Tenderfoot accepted. Alrighty. Interesting. Or something otherwise workers. Just start. What does it say? Extra ingredients, artificial ingredients at no extra cost. Special choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of the United Defense Logistic. Ooh. What do I got, Amy? Got a toss ball blocker. It's pretty high. I might keep that. A shovel. Okay. Plasma rifle. Another toss ball blocker. Is this one? Same. Put that one there. Get rid of the rest of these. No wonder that plasma plasma rifle did jack shit to me. Oops, wrong button. Armor management. Cool. Oops. Well, alrighty then. Just make myself look like a Spacer's Choice dude for now. Probably break down the rest of these. Keeping that suit. It's what's the word for it? Sentimental to me. Very, very important. Oh, hello. Okay. Barely enough. Okay. I keep hitting the wrong button. Got no modifications. Got some general stuff. Quests. Bellis Grangers. Apparently I found that. Spare necklace. Pretty necklace. This sort of thing. Look at my neck. There's something on it. Pretty something. Look at it. That's me. Very much. Alright. Put the sword away for a second. Oh, I didn't see. Did I go in that room? Oh, hello. More stuff. Oh, the pick is... Alright. Pick's a little different than I remember, but... That's fine, I guess. Restaurant and some cha. Cool. I'll figure out where the hell I'm going. I've been there already. Jumped in. Dead dude. I like that helmet though. I wish I had that helmet. Yes! Get down to this.
Please, Holcomb, I need to explain this aggressively. The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with... well, not fish.
Look at me.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do
Oh,
apologize.
God.
I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a Marauder's outfit is in very poor taste. I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits.
Welcome
Been a
to the
few
stream.
seasons
Welcome
since
to the
we've had a
stream.
visitor
We're just
pass
kind of
through.
watching here. Try not to talk too much here. Kind of just let the
Only
story do its
regulator
thing.
we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let me hear it.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Mostly abandoned.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations. Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that. Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
And ramble
Are
you
you
did.
setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful for you.
I do believe if she stays, she'll die.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Alright, let us get going. I'm going to open this real quick. And I will move on. Just proving difficult. No. Companions. And a companion. Companion ledger. Alright, well. I may kill him, eventually. But first, I will need to get my ship powered. So I'll play along for now. I believe she may be an engineer, so it should be fine.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry.
Really?
Can we
Now?
talk?
Fine, whatever.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Alright.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says.
Well, he
It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food tasty.
Ooh.
She used to
Just
work
so
up
you
in the
know,
big office
I am
with
the
Mr.
chef.
Thompson.
I did choose the
All
chef.
I know
to
is
thing
she
in here,
left after
so.
her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her.
Alrighty, let's see here. How many times? Okay. Well.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Deliver Reed's message.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Very well. As I do already hate the corporations, and I aim to take them all down. So, let's see here. What the fuck am I doing? Journal. This way, we'll find the vicar dude, because there's that one there. It's 25 meters to the door. Marauders. Oh, y'all, is that another exit to the town? That's the botanical lab, okay. This is not a way I should go. Where's the front door to this place? Maybe the one that's marked with the big old pillars and shit, maybe.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes. I agree.
And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
Got a knife. I'm fine.
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
So you basically just turn this whole thing from what do we do about the people in the plant to get a book for me. Awesome!
What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I mean, I just want to... Look, I have a very simple goal here. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
It's money, I guess. Money I will need to continue my venture, I suppose. So that didn't really help me in terms of deciding what to do. Shall see, because I could just kill everybody and not worry about the story at all, but at the same time I could just kill those who are important to the story, as the corporations, as I decided to do earlier, but we'll see how this turns out. Oh, hello. What do we have here? Landing pad.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come...
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. The war, the coming apocalypse, man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Yeah, gotta watch out for those mechanicals.
Just my luck. I asked for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about. Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. Few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
I kind of like this guy.
Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially? Unofficially? Strictly between you and me, I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Very well. Why did it want me to come out this way anyway? Probably just because... Ooh, fluffy thingies. What are these fluffy thingies? I have not seen them, for I am a space traveler.
Got it. Heads down.
I forgot she was here. Oopsies. Alright, follow the not-so-yellow brick road to my destination, which is 520 meters away, roughly. All this just for a freaking power thing for my ship. Is that lava? Oh, cool. Oh. Boxes of shit. Armor parts. It's music box. Cool. Ha. 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 Looks like shit is about to go down. So, come on. Let me in. Let me in. I see something. I want something. There's gotta be a way in it. Okay, I see. But this logically, there is a space here. Can I... Is there a way to jump from here? Oh, jump really far, apparently.
In a jiff.
Oh, yeah, I did it. What do I got? Nothing. I did all this for nothing. Bastards. We got a pickaxe. Those could be useful.
Come out!
Incoming!
Get back here! I want your blood. Okay. I love this thing. Upgraded versions of it would be awesome. Ooh, I got a sentry.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Candid meat. Alright, tame candid. That'd be cool. Can I tame things? That'd be dope. Skill points available. Do my one-handed melee like usual. 'Cause I'm badass with my man. Ranging guns. Defense up. Dialogue up. Stealth up. Tech up. Leadership up 2. Do dialogue up again, as well as melee up again. Very good. Guess what? Hey, what the hell? negative by 21%. It's too early to tell whether this employee is competent or not. I like that. Okay, the board I would like to kill. I want to kill all of them, but that's not, you know. What did I do? Good, average, good. My charm is the lowest I have, okay. The direction I was going was this way. Oh, they dig. He throws rocks. Man, he hit a fucking broadside of a barn. Oh, Dex. Why are you over there? I'm over here, you idiot! Very well. Ah. Thanks. Alright, note to self, do not do that. Do not do that. I'm gonna load the game. Load the game back. Come down as the power. What was this? It's 337. 332. I'll load that one. Yeah. Well, on that, I'll probably end the stream here. I know I didn't do anything. This is kind of just a little one for me to do right here. Just kind of get back, see if I can get back into streaming. So you guys have a good one. Hopefully I can start posting more Dual Opposites. It's going to be posting a lot more. I'm trying to put a little bit of content on this channel here. And, yeah, that is what it is. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.